Hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio on this night, possibly the biggest game at Ibrox for 50 years. Join myself, Oxford, on the show tonight is my mate GB. How are you doing, GB?
Oh, the blood is pumping, Ox. It's fair rushing around that body the night, mate. I've been walking up and down that living room, excited for the night, mate.
Are you taking the pee? Anyway, I believe you've got the team.
I have, mate, and the team fighting for us tonight, mate, is McGregor, Tavernier, Golson, Bassey, Barisic, Lundstrom, Jack, Kamara, Wright, Aribo and Kent. And our substitutions is McLaughlin, McCorry, Balogun, King, Davis, Ramsey, Sands, Arfield, Lowry, Ahmad and Fashion Jr.
I suppose the back four all picked itself, yeah? Yep. For a lot of people, maybe you could argue about Balogun and Bassey being at left back. Then the two sitters, Jack and Lundstrom, would have been most people's first choice. And then we get to Kent and Wright in the right, Kent in the left, Kamara between the two, and Aribo up top for me, mate.
Aye, and he's got to be the man that's trying to get us up the pitch again, isn't it? It's Kamara's the kind of surprising one as well, Ox. I felt Davis played well enough to slot in there. Nah, maybe push Jack up, you mean? But
I don't think that the trouble is, mate. They all play in that defensive role. Davis, Jack, they're no.
Geared to that.
Mm-hmm. No geared for that. Anyway, big night. I think we'll get these phone lines opened. Yes.
Yeah, let's get the Bears in, mate, to hear the thoughts.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from
you. People join us all the time. Give us a team.
The team tonight, mate, is McGregor, Tavernier, Golson, Bassey, Barisic, Lundstrom, Jack, Kamara, Wright, Aribo, Kent. Substitutions: McLaughlin, McCorry, Balogun, King, Davis, Ramsey, Sands, Arfield, Lowry, Ahmad and Fashion Jr.
Give us your thoughts, GB.
The thoughts for the night, Ox, is I'm surprised Scott Wright's getting a start, just purely because of the last game away at Leipzig. He didn't really get into the game at all. I felt Fashion against Celtic probably earned his right to get in front of Wright, but I was actually hoping that Kemar Roof was going to be available and fit for the night, mate. I'm a bit gutted about that, mate.
I just didn't think Kemar was going to come back, mate. I never have. I think he's a guy. I don't think you could ever throw Kemar Roof into a big game. No fit, mate. I just don't think he's that type of player. But you never know. But you can't. He's no ways, so you have to move on. Ramsey on the bench. You surprised at
that? No, again, probably like you, mate. I think if any of the two of them were coming back, it was probably going to be a bench start for them. Hopefully, the way the game plans out, that we can bring a Ramsey on to kind of kill the game after us. Is that the word, probably?
You're right.
Aye. Again, it's good to have that kind of talent on the bench, but I think Stevie's touched on it before. If you're on the bench, then you're fit and ready to go, aren't you?
Well, this could take 14 or 15 men a night, GB.
Possibly, Oxley. I think it could be a tight affair for the 90 minutes. I think we're looking at maybe possibly us hopefully getting the goal and holding it to the 1-1, and it could push it to the 120 minutes. Because, see, to be honest, the last week's game, there wasn't much in it. I mean, if we took our chances, we could have probably walked away with a 1-0 win last week. It's just that, unfortunately, again, we just didn't take our chances, and they did. Undoubtedly that they had a few howlers that right in front of goal that probably gave us a bit of breathing space, but I don't think there's anything to fear tonight, and I'm actually a wee bit more relaxed about the night, Ox, as well. Because I think it's one of the games, isn't it? It's one of the games where it's all or nothing. So no point worrying about it. All you wait to worry about is them just going out and applying themselves and going for it. Because even if say for talking six, Ox, they went 1-0 down the night and we're sitting 2-0 down overall, all they need to do is score 2 goals and take it to that extra time.
Yes, mate. And how do you see us? Do you definitely see us lining up in a 4-2-3-1? Or do you see anything being done differently?
No, exactly the same. Ox, he usually does go with the Gio goes with the tried and tested, doesn't he? So you're going to have Aribo being the kind of figurehead to get us up the park, and then you're hoping to bring Kent in. And to be honest, I hope that Wright brings it the night. It could be the night for him to be the hero the night. Ox, it could be. Stranger
things had happened in football. I mean, that'll be the biggest talking point, I think, followed by Kamara. The rest of the team pretty much picked itself. I get the sense in playing Kamara, I understand it, but I do think it'll be a 14, maybe 15 man game, and potentially it could go extra time. GB,
can you touch on that Kamara bit you're saying there, Ox? Do you think he's got to be the man that's kind of breaking up play and bringing the likes of Wright and Aribo into it?
I think he'll get the ball for Jack, and what he uses is if Lundstrom has to drop in beside the centre halves like we done last week, Kamara goes in beside Jack, so you've got that fluidity. And if Lundstrom's push one forward, he goes up and plays one forward between Wright and Kent and behind Aribo. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Aye, right.
So there's flexibility with Kamara being in the pitch, yeah.
What do you think about Gio the night? Do you think what kind of team talks you gain the boys tonight through experience for yourself?
I don't think you'd have to say anything much tonight, yeah. You know, I think obviously they've had an emotional couple of days, the boys, and hopefully it pans out better than when we lost Walter. I'm not putting Jimmy Bell in the same vein as Walter, but obviously there's a bit of emotion through the club because of the character that JB was. But hopefully, a few words. I think Gio's more a tactical guy rather than an emotional guy.
Aye. Mm-hmm. Aye. It'll be totally focused on the night, obviously. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. People join us all the time. Again, he's the team.
Okay, starting 11 is McGregor, Tavernier, Golson, Bassey, Barisic, Lundstrom, Jack, Kamara, Wright, Aribo and Kent. And our subs is McLaughlin, McCory, Balogun, King, Davis, Ramsey, Sands, Arfield, Lowry, Ahmad and Fashion Jr.
I would think that Fashion will feel himself to be unlucky and not to get a start, mate.
Aye, Ox, that's again one of the other surprising ones. Even the kind of Aribo thing, like you would think that you'd put Fashion in there and maybe even play Aribo where Scott Wright's going to be. A strange one, especially having the confidence in the Old Firm game, because again he could have probably had, if he took his chances in Old Firm, he could have probably had 2 or 3 overall. I mean, it's a strange one, but that's pace to come on, I suppose, Ox. If we're back in the game and maybe Leggy are looking a bit leggy, then we bring him on, and again, that's pace running at them. You never know. Again,
I get that. that. A big game for Scott Wright. If I'm being honest, mate, he's not exactly. I know he played okay at Motherwell, but he's not exactly set the head on fire. He wasn't great last week, so let's hope that it becomes a hero tonight.
It is a night for heroes, Ox. I mean, this is for a lot of these players, it's got to be a once in a lifetime opportunity. So they've got to they've all got to work as a team, and they've obviously got to have that wee bit of individual brilliance tonight, I think.
Yeah. Aye. Is that about it? Kamara and Wright, the rest sort of picked itself. Would that be fair?
Aye, that's been the mainstay of our team for the last few months, isn't it? Barisic just needs to be a wee bit more switched on tonight, I think.
Been pretty good in Europe for us. Europe's not been his problem, is it?
No, it's not been, which is strange, isn't it? Because he's up against mere quality opposition. Mm-hmm. It just sometimes might be our league. I think he gets more time, obviously, in Europe as well. But another big game for him. We need his one day a left foot tonight, Ox. We need him and Kent talking to each other as well. That's going to be a nice partnership, hopefully.
Here. Aye, listen, mate, it's a night for heroes. Talking about heroes, we're joined by Andy for Leeds.
Good evening. Good evening, the pair. Yes, I'm remarkably calm, to be honest. I don't know what's going on. I just said to Fox there, I've got my colours at the side, my dad's sitting there, bottles ready to go, but I don't know. It's just strange. I thought it'd have been wired by now, but I don't know. Maybe there's just that little bit in the back of my mind, but we've got with the team that we've got. That's a team that you picked last week, isn't it? But surprised. I would have gone Davis for Kamara. And as you said there earlier on, I think Sashin could be a bit disappointed right enough. Well, was he great in the first half against him?
If you play Davis, I think it's Jack or Lundstrom you've got to take out the team, Andy.
Yeah, I get that, but I just think on a night like this, he could be really valuable, Davis. I've sort of feeling that Jack's carrying something. He's not been playing well for the last 3 or 4 games, in my opinion, so if I looked at it that way at the cam either Davis, I would have taken Jack out and left Davis in if he was wanting to pick Kamara. It's not about any individual tonight, it's about getting out there and hopefully doing what we need to do. But look, that's the team he's going to play, so, we're going to get 100%, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. I think I'll go to GB with us and come back to your good self. I think there'll be a time for Stephen Davis, GB.
100%. Obviously, the certainly into the second half. If you look at how Davis has been playing most of the games, that he's kind of controlled it for us, and we're going to probably need, if we're even drawing or we go ahead, then we're going to need that kind of all teed in the game to kind of not so much see the game out, but to kind of keep the team calm. And Davis does that. He doesn't do a lot of stupid passes or anything like that, and he knows how to kind of run the clock down. And maybe we need to play a wee bit of the dark arts tonight, Ox, depending on how the score goes.
I don't care what we do as long as we get through. Andy?
Well, I would totally agree with that. Whatever way they do it, just do it right enough. I've got a feeling we're going to do it right enough. I can't understand how calm I am, to be honest with you. I've been calm all week, really.
Andy, I should know about you. Carry on.
Yeah. Well, that's the way it goes, isn't it? Sometimes you bang up for it, and then you fire yourself out.
I'm sure when the teams come out the tunnel.
Oh, listen. Well, I don't know. I think that's kind of in my mind, Ox, because you're going to have there a very strange minute, and then all of a sudden the roof's going to get blown off the stand. I don't think I can ever remember that happening. With what's happened at the start of the week there, right enough. So I don't know if that's in the back of my head. Listen, when they come out of that park, man, I'll be on top of that telly. Don't worry about
that. Make sure you don't break it.
No. Well, I used to pre-diabetes days. I would have broken too, right enough. But I'll just stay at it and just as long as we get the result, it's for everyone. We've had a terrible 12 months earlier with people that we've lost out the Rangers family, and this would be an absolute great night. Like you never replace or forget people that's gone out like that. But it would just be nice to bring a bit of happiness back into the Rangers family, because we've had some dark days, haven't we, the last few months?
Just like any other family, just like any other family.
It is.
We've been joined by Jim from Paisley. Evening, James.
All right, guys. Somebody all right? I hope everybody's fine. I hope everybody's well. Listen, Laser calling. We've got to trust the manager in the Yorkshire. We've got to trust him. He's picked his 11. We've got to stand by him, right? I've got a funny feeling this evening he maybe try to step back a wee bit in the first 20 minutes. They're going to come on tonight. I think they expect to score early. So we expect a team that's got to stop that. And then we can go. And we know how fit we are. I don't know if Big Joe's going to play. I don't know if Big Joe's going to play through the full centre forward.
It looks like centre forward for me, but there's flexibility.
There's flexibility. That's what I'm saying. Also, but I think he may be hanging back for the first 20 minutes just as how they play, because we know how fit we are and how we can play, and then they might move forward after the first 20 minutes. This is just me. You know, I know nothing about football. You know that.
I know that.
What do you think?
GB.
Jim, I honestly think he might go the same as what he done with Braga at the home game at Ibrox. I think the way Tav started that game, obviously we've not got Roof the night, but the way they two started the game, we took it right to them. See, getting that early goal, it totally collapsed Braga. They weren't the same team after that. They were chasing shadows most of the night, and I see Leipzig a wee bit like that especially for last week, they didn't offer a lot. They had good chances, but they seem to be a team, especially looking at their previous results, that see if we get a goal, I think that might throw them. It might push us on to basically take control of the match, mate.
I know what you're saying, JB. The Braga game is a different game completely. It's the semi-final European Cup, and we don't have a centre forward tonight.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know. I get that, mate. I know it's a big loss, big loss not having, like I say, a talisman up there. But like you says, the team's been picked. It's up to them to go and be heroes tonight for us, isn't it?
Absolutely, aye. But I think, JB, we've got to hear JB. We've got to trust the manager. He's done nothing wrong in Europe this season.
I can't argue with that. Andy?
Yeah, listen, as far as Europe's concerned, I think it's all down to him. I know that they were Gerrard's players, but I think it's all down to his tactics and all that's got us there. I've got no problem with Gio in Europe. I think he's okay. I think he'll know and he'll tweak it. I do agree with Gary. I would like to see Rangers get a bang on them in the first 15 minutes, test their goalie out, get the crowd right pumping, and that's the 12th man. Is the crowd tonight. They are a big.
Can you remember this is a family show? It's always pumping with you. You keep it clean, please. The only pumping I do is when I go to the car, go to the garage.
You let that slip there, Andy.
I know.
Right, okay, GB, give us a team.
Okay, lads, the team for tonight, starting 11 is McGregor, Tavernier, Golson, Bassey, Barisic, Lundstrom, Jack, Kamara, Wright, Aribo and Kent. And the subs is McLaughlin, McCory, Balogun, King, Davis, Ramsey, Sands, Arfield, Lowry, Ahmad and Fashion Jr.
Here. Were you surprised, Jim, with the team, or was it close to what you thought?
Well, obviously, I think it's pretty close to what I was thinking about, But saying that, I was thinking maybe Sakala out to the right. Scott Wright was a kind of curveball, They're okay, but they're both similar kind of players. Sakala's not a centre forward, near Scott Wright. And Big Joe's the only one you're going to play through there if you're looking for a wee bit of height. A wee bit of skill in the box, so it makes sense to me, really. When you look at the team now, it looks sensible.
Right.
Hey, by the way, the team, see if they don't get in tonight, my lights are going to be on next week. I've lumped on them big time all over the park.
Well, what I've done, I put a food parcel by for you, Jim, because I had a funny feeling you might have went big,
I knew I could rely on you, mate.
Nothing. It's lobster, fillet steak. There's some whole chickens. A rack of lamb in it for you as well, yeah?
Lovely. Sounds nice, aye.
All right. Well, you'll know
they two frees are rented in there.
I know that.
They're really nice, aye.
Between boofies, anyway, we've been joined by Blue Star. Evening, Blue Star.
Evening, Ox. Evening, rest of the guys. Oh, what's this like? Talk about nerves. This is unreal. Ox, the team, I've got to be honest, mate, I'm a wee bit flummoxed. I was positively sure that Roof would have made it. For him not even to be on the bench, oh my, that is a big letdown for me. But we've got to go on with it. We've got to do what we've got to do. Just what the guys are talking about there, Ox. I'm listening to all these pundits, Ali, etc., and every one of them are all saying the way that he's put the numbers out. Surely, to goodness, Aribo's got to be playing through the middle. Surely, Ox, he can't be putting Scott right through the middle. There's no chance.
Unless he's starting with the same formation for, say, the first 20 minutes as last week. Yeah?
I know that, mate, but it didn't work. I suppose you can look at it and say, well, they didn't score, granted, but at the same time, we didn't either. For me, the game changed whenever he put Aribo through the middle. Do you think he's playing it mega cagey and he's trying to outfox this guy insofar as he's got options when he brings others off the bench so that he can change it up? Do you think he's trying to play a wee bit cagey first?
No, personally, I don't think so, mate. I just don't think we'll get a lot of options if he's.
Hello.
You're still there. You're still there, boys. I think he's not got a lot of options, isn't he? No. But it's just got to be one of the ones. No.
Yeah.
But
it's a shame, guys, in a sense, and don't get me wrong, we all know we've done brilliant to get this far, but oh my goodness, to go into his tie as big as this in our history and everything else without what we'd classify as a recognised striker, it's just. But listen, I've said it all the time, I've faith that we'll at least get to the final, and I'm sticking by it. I definitely think we'll win the game, and that's all it counts.
Andy, what would you be your team talk tonight, mate? What would you be saying to the players?
I don't think there's any needed. Just look in our eyes for the guys and just say, "Come on, we know what we've got to do." I think all the players are bang up for it as well. To be honest with you, I looked at Tavernier. I thought he gave a good one. I thought Gio gave a good one in the press conference. I think all the players will want to go out there. Well, to get through, obviously, but obviously for what's happened at the start of the week there, So I think, that's the motivation, isn't it? Or, as a big Rangers fan, well, that's how I see it anyway. And just get into them, Just say that to them, Get into them. Go, you're 90, possibly 120 minutes away from creating history, from what's been done to us. We know we've won it before. We won the Cup, Winners' Cup. Now, go out and make yourself real heroes and I'm feeling it now, man. I tell you, I was quite calm 20 minutes ago.
You get a battle fever now, Andy, have you?
Oh, definitely. There's no doubt about that. Right? This is a big bang there come across me there, right enough,
Aye. Listen, a quick question for you. Obviously, there's a few generations on here. You've obviously got Blue Star, who's the oldest, then Andy, Jim, and then me and Gary, the young team.
It is.
So is this the biggest game since the Bayern Munich game? Is that fair? Blue Star?
Ox, seriously, you've asked me this before, mate. In my lifetime, and I'm 60, without any shadow of a doubt, I was 12-year-old in 72. I could remember it, but I wasn't a massive, mature 12-year-old.
Your arithmetic is very good.
But in all honesty, without exaggeration, in my lifetime, this is undoubtedly our biggest ever game. And by that, I'll say, Ox, we've got players out there that more than likely, a lot of them will never ever have that chance again. We had players like Gascoigne, and indeed one that's no long left us, and we Defoe, that played down in England, made all sorts of money. The game's all about money. And what did the wee guy continuously say? He had won nothing in his career. He'd never won a league title. Well, see these players tonight, they've got a chance to get to a European final. That's massive for any football player. It's massive for any fan. But these guys on that part, they've got to go out and get their all. It's definitely the biggest game I've ever seen, Ox.
All right. I mean, maybe the CSK Moscow game back in '93, would that be fair, Jim? Because we could have results went our way, we could have got to a European Cup final, but we weren't in control of it. We weren't in control of it because it didn't matter what we done. If Marseille done better than us, we couldn't get through. Yeah.
No, I'd like to go back to the Bayern Munich game. Also, I like that one you said, because I was at that game that night, and we destroyed them that night. Okay, we didn't destroy them, but they were so sick of us. They couldn't get by us that night. I remember Beckenbauer kicking the ball out for a corner. for nothing because he was so fed up. I was still in the dairy that night, and we were all cheering. This could be, folks. Yeah, it could be another night. I hope it is another night similar to the Bayern Munich game.
I just want to say, Bostar, 60 away from 2022 means you were born in 62, mate. Means you were 10, no 12. You're not as old as you think.
1960, Ox. I'm 61.
Right, okay.
Christmas Day is my birthday, so I was right. 72, I was 12. I can count, boy. Don't you worry about that.
I was a third-year apprentice.
You were 11 coming up.
You must remember, the CSK, you made a good point there. The difference was then, mate, as you know, because we were all at that game, we had players on the park that cost an awful lot of money. This time we haven't, mate. That's the big difference. We've came in the last 10 years for the bottom tier. This would be the biggest achievement ever, without a doubt.
It's a story, Andy. It's everything. It's Hollywood stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, Steven Spielberg couldn't have wrote this, could he? Let's be honest with him, where we've been. I never thought I'd say that, because the European Cup was, I would say in my time, the biggest achievement, right enough. But no, from what's happened to us, from where we've been, Ashley go down, is the biggest game in my time anyway. And if we actually get into the final, well, the question don't need asking. Just see if we can go on and win it then, don't we? It's a fantastic achievement that they've done. You've got to, we've all had gripes at times with them, right enough, but to just find this kind of run to get to the semi-final, we've done some good teams along the way here.
Aye.
So, you've got to say, yeah, I'll get that. Yeah, definitely in my time.
What about the young team, GB? Biggest game ever for you?
Easily, Ox. Considering, let us say, the finances that's in the game now, and the amount of big teams that you see getting put out of this competition, and
we're still in Europe when Man City are
out.
Ox, like I say, that's what you're talking about, money and all the rest. This doesn't buy you a journey like this. This is what pure fans will enjoy and remember forever. And like I say, if the boys can just send us on our holidays a night, then I tell you, what a story to remember, what a journey. I mean, think back to the coefficient, where we were sitting in the coefficient. I mean, it's just mind-boggling how well we've been able to produce a team that can actually take us to even the night's game. And that's the thing, Ox, for me, no matter what, I'm going to be proud of this team, no matter whatever happens tonight, because it's still some achievement getting to this game.
Aye, it is, but hopefully we're talking positive after the game's finishing. And how's the game going to go for you, Bostar?
I was talking to guys today that they were all leaving, they were going out to Ibrox and into the tune early, and I'm being serious. I genuinely expected, because of the crowd, I thought that would get to the players and they would go straight at them. Going by his team, I'm not so sure, mate. I'd like to think that. I'd love to see us going a goal up, simply for the fans, because I genuinely think if we went a goal up like the last game, oh my, that place will be flipping electric tonight. That like the Germans will not know what's hit them, but it might be a wee bit cagey. Again, they're a good side. They've brought in another 2 players that couldn't play in their first leg, so I'm hoping we'll get most of the ball. Let's put it that way, Ox. Honestly, I am. Because you know yourself, as much as the fans will want to sing and bounce, you see the opposing team having a lot of the ball, it does deflate you a wee bit. So here's hoping that doesn't happen. I hope we're vastly overpowering them and tapping them.
I know people have talked about the Braga game, etc., Andy, but look, it could also be a night for patience.
Yeah, well, that's not a thing I'm good at right enough. I'm prepared to do that as long as we get the 2 clear goals that we need, or the 2 goals that we need. We'll take it as moments in time in it, and we've just got to make sure that we're still in the tie all the way through, that we have the opportunity to get that, the 2 goals. I took 3-0 like I always do, right enough, and then I went 3-1, obviously, because we got the 2 goals. And then I seen 4-2, 100-1, so I thought, right, I'm going to stick a fiver on that. So hope 4-2 comes in. It's no. I think we can get the early goal. That settles us, and then I think the fans they'll take over, and they'll just try the guys on.
All right, hope you're right. Listen, I know you and Jim like a punt. I seen a guy who was talking about booking flights. He says, never mind booking your flights, just pile on Rangers at 5 to 1 to get through, and then you'll have money to buy whatever flights you want.
Well, one thing for sure is if we do get through, there'll not be enough hotels over there, will there? That's for sure.
It'll be planes, trains and automobiles. Yeah, but that'll start tonight, but whatever time the game finishes. But listen, I'm looking forward to it. I hope you're right. GB, how's it going to go for you?
The first goal's got to be crucial, Ox. For me, if we get the first goal, I think we go on to win the game overall 2-1. And I think the big man that's probably got to step up for us tonight, hopefully, is going to be Ryan Kent. That's how I see it, mate. I think Ryan's got to be the...
I'll tell you what, see if Ryan Kent has a game and a half a night and creates or scores goals, you might be talking about having a bid with a 3 in it for him, because he's not doing it
absolutely
at high level. Yeah.
Well said. Absolutely, Ox. If this guy shows with the massive TV coverage that Rangers are getting tonight, absolutely. Ox, I've just got a wee sneaky feeling that one of our lesser players might just come up with a goal tonight.
You mean a Scott Wright?
Let's see it on the team. Well, I hopefully. But see the likes of the Kamara one. I'm going down your line on that one. Honestly, I didn't think he had a great game at all the last time. So I would have played Davis tonight, but you've got to go with what we're given. And even a anybody to put the ball in it. A header, a toe poke, anything, just get us in front. Win us a game.
Yeah, I'm getting a taxi now right out of Iverson now. I'll put the ball in it.
Hey, ball. Right, Jim, have you had a punt? What would you go for?
Aye. Listen, right. God, I'll read this out to you, right? So I've got Rangers to win 3-1 at 25 to 1. I've got Rangers to win, both teams to score at 61. I've got us to win the tie at just a little over 64. I've got Ryan Kent to score any time, and I've got Joe Aribo to score any time. I've lumped on here big time, Oxford, so hopefully, as I say to you, keep that food parcel handy.
Hey, Bora, I had a few messages asking if I could send a lamb, Jim.
I'm
talking about Va. That'll play a part of the night, GB.
I will do, Ox, I think so, especially the way we've been trickery in the box. I wouldn't mind a wee Ryan Kent into the box or a Scott Wright into the box where it gives to have the opportunity to go and pick away the winning penalty. That'd be an ideal situation, mate. So it could have a part to play. Hope it doesn't play a part against us, though. That's the only thing tonight as well.
For some strange decisions we've had, in my opinion. Andy?
Yeah, absolutely weird, isn't it? That night, with the 2 goals half, and then we'd got a couple of decisions previous to that. I can't quite get my head around that right enough. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? I think it possibly could when it comes into Scotland right enough, but it depends who's looking at the pitches, doesn't it? But yeah, it's... I don't. The only thing I've got with VAR is it's that you say you score against them or anybody and you're up and you're bouncing and all that, and then suddenly they stop it and you have to wait for the decision, and that kind of kills it for me whenever I've seen it on other games.
There's two sides to that coin, Andy. You get 2 celebrations if it goes.
Well, yeah, especially if it was against them, right enough.
But
yeah, Andy. The thing is about VAR is we do not cheat.
Oh no, I agree with that.
So if we get a decision, it's probably the proper decision. Don't mind me saying that.
Jim's a gentleman. Known as Gentleman Jim. Right, okay. Sum up, Jim, for Paisley, what this would mean to you.
That's it. Well, this evening, after we went here, after we went through.
Yes.
The last. No, it's going to be it's enormous. It's absolutely enormous. Listen, win, lose or draw tonight, I think we've done fantastic in this European competition. Right, the league's done. I realise that. I'm no. Well, I'm a bottle of red wine, half empty, rather than half. But anyway, the league's done. Let's get through this. Let's get this done. I think we can do it. I think they will do it. And let's get the Scottish Cup one too. I think, listen, I'm really hopeful tonight, Oxford. I'm really excited about the game to start when it does start. I've been up for 7 o'clock this morning. It's been a nightmare all day. I can't wait till it start, Oxford. Let's get it going. Let's go. I think trust the manager. He usually does the right thing. He's probably selected the best possible 11 he could have. Just to sort this mob out tonight. That's all I've got to say about that.
Enormous. Does that say all, JB?
Humongous.
Humongous. All right, okay. What's bigger?
I don't know, mate. No way to measure. No, it's just it's got to be just a dream come true, Ox. This for so many fans. 2008 was special, but I think this time just the whole journey and the achievement of the players, and like I says, how decimated we are as well as a squad. I mean, we're missing 4 top players. It's fairy tale stuff, Ox. I just, like I says, for the team, I really hope they do it because I think they deserve it, especially with the amount of effort they've put in this season in Europe.
Okay. Andy for Leeds, humongous. Can you beat that?
No big words from me, just for every Rangers fan, past and present, or it is here, and for my dad and my brother sitting there looking at me on that mantelpiece, and every Rangers fan that's come across this great family of ours. That's all that means to me. And we all get it, don't we?
What does Shug think, mate? What's Shug's thought? Him being the brains of the family?
He's slightly concerned about the no striker, but he's feeling he get more. When that happened at the start of the week, that kind of, he thought, oh geez, they're not going to knock us right enough. But I think he thinks we're going to do it, but he don't want to say anything. You know what Shug's like? He says it as he sees it and stays away from making kind of results of it like that. But talking to him this morning at length, I think he feels we're going to do it, but he thinks it's going to be hard along the way. There's going to be ups and downs in the game. I think it'll be 3-1 myself. I think it'll be 2-1 normal time, and Jack will get it in extra time.
Enormous, humongous. What about you, Blue Star?
Gigantian.
Ooh.
Ox. In my lifetime, I've said it repeatedly. I'm being serious. Definitely the biggest game in my lifetime as a Glasgow Rangers fan, and that's without a shadow of a doubt. To be there where we've came from, and make bones about it, this mob's worth over in excess of 250 million because of Red Bull behind them. We're nothing like that. We're playing without a striker and have been doing without a striker. That in itself is just astronomical. That doesn't happen in world football at this stage. It just doesn't. Go through any final, I guarantee it's never. And it's certainly not happened to a team inside 10 years that's came for nothing and no spent big bucks. We do this. This is undoubtedly the biggest result in our history to get to a European final. And here's hoping. I think we will. And here's hoping.
Aye, it's the circumstances, and even taking your story out to it, GB. It's no meant to happen. It's all weighted in favour of the top 5 nations, isn't it?
100%, Ox. That's think of all the qualifying we've had to do and all that to get into this competition in the first place. Scandalous, especially in our league. I think, like I says, the champions should be in the Champions League, and like I says, second place should be automatically in the Europa League. It's the only way teams are got to be able to progress with the money and all that. But for us to do it the way we've done it, to get this far, and hopefully push on to the final now, is I can't even find the words, Ox, to describe it. It's just so unbelievable. And like I say, it's once in a lifetime opportunity for the guys tonight. Just go out, leave everything on that pitch tonight, because there's no point having any regrets.
Here, and I hope we get a result for Bridge, because I think he's still bailing, because he just get beat for that Maradona top, right? So listen, let's enjoy this. Let's hope we get a result. Let's hope we do it. For all the people that Andy spoke about, we talk about all the people who are no longer with us. Obviously, Jimmy Bell's left us this week, and there'll be a lot of emotion in the stadium, but let's do it for each and every one of the Rangers family. Thanks for listening. We'll be back approximately 15 minutes after the final whistle, celebrating a Rangers victory. No, we might know. Can we make that half an hour? Because we'll all have flights to sort out. Take it away, old school blue.
We are the Rangers FC. We are the people, you better believe. We are together, we're doing the bouncy all over the world. We had our troubles, but now they are gone. They tried to kill us, but the Bears we stood strong. We are together, doing the bouncy all over the world. Lucia Vibrox for Lancer 3. Follow, and God save the Queen. You'll hear us singing, doing the bouncy all over the world. In Barcelona in 72, we beat the Russians by 3-2. Still celebrating, doing the bouncy all over the world. Glasgow Rangers, we're back where we belong. Blue sea of Ibrox, and we're still going strong. We wear our colours, the red, white and blue. We wear them proudly like blue noses do. We are together, doing the bouncy all over the world. The pride of Scotland, but that's nothing new. The pride of Glasgow, and Glasgow is blue. We are together, doing the bouncy all over the world. To be a blue nose, it fills us with pride. We are united, we'll never divide. We are together, doing the bouncy all over the world. Doing the bouncy all over the world. Doing the bouncy all over the world.